All right, welcome back, SurfCraft. Glad you dropped by. We're going to go through the board generator today. So this is this button right here. We've already done some things on the SurfCraft forecasting stuff, but we're going to go into the board generator. So this was designed to give you an idea about what kind of board will work for you, or maybe a friend or a customer or something like that. So you can get in here and do that if you don't have a lot of understanding about board design, specifically things like rocker, rail, concavity, and other features that, to be honest with you, a lot of people don't understand. It'll explain that to you. There's two different interview systems that do that. We're going to go through the Express interview today. Which is on the left here. You can go ahead and scroll down and go to the full interview if you want to. There's quite a bit more in-depth questions that really kind of test your honesty and in terms of your capability for things like comfort and backside turns, frontside turns, barrel riding, hold downs, and stuff like that. Based on all that, it kind of scores your experience level, and then it generates a board based on that. So it's pretty interesting to get in there and look at that and how all that works. But we're going to do the quick interview today, so go ahead and select the start quick interview there. Just like a surf shop, you go in here, you kind of look around at the boards, and you're like, hey, I'm interested in a longboard, shortboard, a fish, grom, groveler, whatever the case is. Today we're going to do a barrel riding shortboard, and no particular reason other than I like them. And then we're going to go into surfing level. So on this one, you want to be honest about the surfing level of anyone. Doesn't matter. You just want to be honest on this question, because this kind of sets the baseline. It's going to do a lot of adjustment based on your experience. So we're going to hit intermediate right in the middle there. If you want something, if you want the board design to favor any one of these areas, you can select that. You can also come back and experiment with what outputs with different selections here. So we're going to go standard today on that one, and then based on your experience level, it's going to cap the waves. This will go up to like 25 plus, I think. So there's a lot more selections available for different experience levels. If you're a beginner, it might cap it at, I think, 0 to 3. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to select 6 to 8 on that. And then we're going to select the type of beach break, or the type of break. And we're going to select reef break on that one. And then you put your height in here, all the way down to the inch. Weight, we're going to select 185, no particular reason. Age doesn't matter unless you're really young or really old. So we're going to go in the middle right there, 29 years old. If you got shoulder issues, knee issues, it might add a little bit of volume, length, or whatever the case is for better paddling efficiency. These will stack. If you check these, they'll stack to your, back on this selection up here where you have this paddling efficiency. So just be careful about that part. All right, so that's it. Give your board a name. We're going to call it Grom today. And of course, we have something scrolling in the way there. And then we're going to hit get my board recommendation. And there it is. So that was done by the app. It was not done by AI. We have an AI toolbox here. If you want to get a second assessment or get a sketch of the surfboard, we'll do that in a second. But before we do, we're going to go into this. Here are all the board details. It gives you some understanding of why it selected the tail design that it did, the nose design that it did, and then the other details for your rocker, your rails, and your glassing schedule, and things that you might want to know if you're planning on building a surfboard. SurfCraft does, through the full interview, it gives you the option to use your AI to generate board tutorials. So SurfCraft will create all the prompts for a board assessment, a drawing, a build tutorial that gives you all the videos and links and material suppliers and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty comprehensive in terms of the AI tools and what it builds for the prompt for you automatically. Anyway, coming down here, we have the basic adjustments that were made for the baseline board to match your specifics. And then some more information on that down here in these blocks. You get a performance radar. If you don't know how to read that, you can go to the bar chart and look at that. A little bit more simple. And then there's a kind of a summary there. and then it confirms the answers that you provided right there. And here's a more detailed view of your adjustments that were made specifically. And then again, the baseboard after core adjustments right here, and then the combined final adjustments and what those are. And then you can jump to the full interview directly from here. You can save this board. If you save the board, I think it creates a file that you can drop into SurfCraft. If you're deep into SurfCraft, there are options to upload the board as well, so keep that in mind. So we're going to go through these one at a time from here up. So we're going to start with fine-tune dimensions. You can get in here and you can use sliders. And if you notice, keep your eye on these dials right there and the dimensions right here. As I change, those change. So you can do little tweaks here to different things, and it will change dimensions and performance, stability, and that kind of thing. And then down here, there's another set of bars that also change dynamically depending on what your sliders do. So you can balance out the board that way if you want to. Performance bars, I don't know what this is, honestly. Performance radar, I think that just changes that. So you can do the radar thing, and then that's dynamic. So if you go up here and you do this, it changes. So you can kind of get an idea visually what's going on. All right, so we're all the way up to 7.0. So say, hey, you know what, I just forgot what the baseline board is. You just go to original, click that, it goes right back to what it was. You can save that. You can save the modified version, or you can go back to the results and not do any of that, and you go to the surf report and you can print out a spec or download it. And then here are all the details about the board that you just built, and all the information that I just showed you. It's all transferred over to the spec to include your desires, your goals, and the specifics of the board. So that's all there. And you just click outside of that, you get back to the original. And then the last thing is the AI toolbox. So we go into the AI toolbox, and what's going on behind the scenes is SurfCraft took all that information, it built a prompt for you, and now it's ready to be dropped into your whatever AI model you use. There are some links directly, so all you have to do is just hit launch. And by the way, if I go back to that again, whoops, if we go back to this, you have the design sketch, quick board assessment, and you have a detailed board assessment. In the full interview, you'll have more options here to include building those tutorials to show you how to shape and build your surfboard. So again, don't forget that. It's pretty cool. It's at the tail end of that interview, not this interview. All right, so we're going to go to the board assessment. You just go in there, you click your AI model of choice, and you just paste it right into the dialog box right there, and you hit enter. It just dropped this entire chat. So it explains the app, the interview, why it designed what it did, and then it says, hey, you're a professional shaper, you know, basically give a bluff on the design of this board. And then what it does is it goes out across the internet, it looks at all the rules for designing surfboards. You should ride what, like what, you know, all the details of the board. It does the research for you, and then it comes back and gives you an assessment on the board that SurfCraft designed for you, which is really cool because you're not putting all your trust in SurfCraft. SurfCraft just builds you the baseline board. It does the best it can through the logic that I've created, actually, and then it says, okay, here you go, this is what I think. And then you can go and you can say, hey, is this real? You know, is this the right thing? And then you can engage via AI to, you know, do your research and verify and whatever you need to do. So in this case, this customized step-up board is an excellent match for a level 6 intermediate surfer. So SurfCraft apparently did pretty good. And I've gone through probably thousands of these interviews setting up the app to make sure that, you know, I'm not missing something, and I can't, you know, I can't solve everybody's issue or desire, but SurfCraft designed to get you in the ballpark. So hopefully this gets you in the ballpark. And if not, you can use your AI and whatever you want to go research and talk to shapers and experts and get their insight. So that's what that's for. It's open kimono, not claiming SurfCraft does everything perfectly. So you have that tool there to double check. And there you go. That's it. Express interview, SurfCraft. Again, you have multiple options here. You got that full interview, quick interview. So take a look at what that stuff does. And that's all there is to it. So thanks for stopping by. If you like that, give me a thumbs up. Share it with other people if you want. And stay safe out there. Be nice to one another. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.